The man who has always said that he doesn't like intros on YouTube vids now has 2 intros. Why the fuck not, eh? Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this, some more Raw thoughts, still going strong. Now before we get on with tonight's episode edition of Raw, 2 little bits of business. First things first, it would be wrong of me to not mention the passing of Jackie Fargo, a Memphis legend from back in the 50s, the mentor of Jerry the King Lawler. There's a documentary out there called Memphis Heat, yeah. If you've seen on the dirt sheets or on Twitter or on Facebook or anything like that about the passing of Jack Fargo and you don't know anything about the guy, there's a, like I say, documentary called Memphis Heat. Go and watch that. If I can find it in the time it takes me to upload this vid, I'll put a link to the description. Speaking of links in the description, a lot of you know that I like electronic music and all that jazz. You can tell by my intro that I like that sort of music. But my bestest friend in the whole world, Max Carnage, I'm sure you remember him from UBW days, yeah? He is the lead singer of a fantastic band called To What End, and they've just released their debut video. And the link is in the description below. If you'd like to go and check that out, I'd really, really appreciate it, because they've got a lot of talent, these guys. I'm not just saying that because Max is my best mate. Honestly, they're a very tight band, and they've got a great sound. They've got a nice mix of the screaming that you get with metal these days, and Max is such a good vocalist that yeah, I really genuinely want you to go and check it out. The link's in the description down below. Watch me, then go and watch that, and yeah, give that a watch. Give them some support. Yes, and I'm not getting paid for that, although I wish I was. So Raw starts off with Daniel Bryan coming to the ring. He's got some promo time. He starts talking, but he's interrupted by Randy Orton, and they start brawling. It's meant to be their match. They're meant to be on first, but after a minute of action, the brawl on the outside, and it's either a double disqualification or a counter. I can't actually remember which one. I haven't written it down. Referees come out and try and separate them, and then they go to a commercial break, and that's the first segment, and that is that. I guess we'll get a rematch at some point later on. In the back, Daniel Bryan wants another match with Randy Orton or Brad Maddox. Vicky says you've got your match, and then there's a nice little pause with Randy Orton, and Brad Maddox is obviously shitting his pants. And then they're joined by Vince and said there's something to be said about Daniel Bryan. Due to his diminutive size and psychological complexities, some would say he's an embarrassment. Vicky says, what do you think? Vince replies, I'll let you figure that out. No, I don't know. I just like one of those, oh. Sheamus and Christian then defeated the Rhodes Scholars after a bro kick, because why wouldn't they? Sheamus, though, mega over in this match. Jackie Fargo was discussed, especially by Jerry the King Lawler, and he had the somber tone in his voice, said, that was a nice little touch. It's obvious that Jackie Fargo meant a lot to Jerry the King Lawler, and yeah, I like that. In the back, Vicky tries to put CM Punk in a match. He yells at her, which is nice. And then Caitlyn defeated Aksana, some bird, don't know who, despite AJ coming out dressed as Caitlyn, which is lovely. Spear gets the win in like 1.5 minutes, if that. Afterwards, AJ mocks her for looking like a man, basically, which is lovely, I suppose. I mean, this is one of those things. I mean, it's one of those things because AJ got in her head, right, and then used that to win the championship. You don't need to keep doing. I don't know. It didn't really go anywhere. That's the thing. It just really stopped abruptly. In our first good match of the evening, Chris Jericho defeating Alberto Del Rio in a good match via disqualification. Decent length, 14 minutes. Good work from both men. Bit of a finish because yeah, they've got this nice little back and forth match going. The crowd are really hot for it, and then Jericho traps Alberto Del Rio in the walls, yeah, and Ricardo Rodriguez whacks him with the bucket to get the disqualification. He's like, wow. It's really quite a deflating one. And then afterwards, Dolph Ziggler comes out, hits a zigzag on ADR, and then he and Jericho have a sort of a stare-off, and you're like, what's going to happen here? Surely nothing, because Dolph's a bait. Oh wait, he's attacked Jericho as well. So you're like, yeah, clearly not a full-blown babyface just yet. There's still time. bit heelish. In the back, Vicky and Brad try to cancel the Bryan versus Orton match for tonight, but Triple H says that they shouldn't, and that they should let the morons with the app decide on what stipulation type we're going to get. Hooray! And then Triple H mocks Brad Maddox's shirt, which is lovely. Vicky then comes out, and Brad and King announce that there will be a contest to be on the flip cover of WWE 2K14, which is a stupid name for a game. I don't give a fuck, I won't be buying it. Yeah, if you want to make a design and have it on the game, good for you. The fans can choose on the fucking app tonight between the main event between Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan will either be a lumberjack match, a street fight, or a Falls Count Anywhere match. Good for you. And the cover man on WWE 2K14 will be the great one, The Rock. To which I'm sure people went, ah, for fuck's sake. And I just went, but I won't be buying it, and I don't care. So that's nice. Ryback then defeated Khali after the shell shock. Quite an impressive feat, you know, to get Khali up for the shell shock. But this was a weirdly booked match because, well, I don't know if anyone else thought this, but Khali got quite a bit of offense in. And then Ryback came back with the big move for the win, which is a babyface booking, surely. I don't know. You get the feeling that Ryback's sort of lost in the shuffle now, don't you, since he turned heel. John Cena comes out, he runs down Mark Henry's retirement from last week, and you disgraced your family, and you're like, no he didn't, he was fucking brilliant, he was a really good, John's basically, everyone, in my opinion, everyone I've spoken to thought that Mark Henry's retirement thing last week was just superb, and fucking John Cena comes out, no, it wasn't, terrible, didn't like it at all, and what's he say? It's whoop-ass season, and at Money in the Bank, you'll find out that the champ is here. Like, oh, still want you to get owned by Mark Henry. Awful stuff. We got a hype video for Rob Van Dam, and then the Usos win a triple threat match to become the #1 contenders, beating 3MB and Tons of Funk. Some guy dances with Tons of Funk, which is nice. Match is short, match isn't very good. Afterwards, the Shield come out and hold up their belts, yeah. And excuse me a second, I'm getting rather warm. It's a lovely summer's day here in Stoke Poges. Yeah. The Shield come out and they hold their belts. Like, hey, we're the champs, you ain't beating us. The thing is, I don't know about you guys, but all three teams in this match, I don't think to myself, oh, now that's going to be a good match. Shield versus 3MB could be entertaining, but Shield versus Tons of Funk, Shield will win. Shield versus Uso, Shield are going to win. It's like, I mean, I can't think of it. No, the tag division's awful nowadays, isn't it? I mean, realistically, on the roster, who's going to beat the Shield other than the Wyatt family, who haven't debuted yet? We see a trailer for some film called The Call. Halle Berry is interviewed, but she's interrupted by David Otunga, remember him? He says something, someone forced him to give her a number, then Kane rings up and he's all stalkerish with her, and hilarity ensures. I've heard mixed reviews about The Call, actually, believe it or not. I've actually heard that for a WWE film it's actually alright, believe it or not. I won't be seeing it, so no. I'm going to see the Man of Steel tomorrow night, though. Hey, looking forward to that. Next, Paul Heyman comes out, talks about, and CM Punk comes out, and basically they're going to air their dirty laundry, as it were. They talk about the developmental days and Heyman sticking up for him, and it's all things that, you know, if you read the dirt sheets and everything, you've heard this before, that, you know, Punk was sent to learn the WWE style, and there's a lot of people in management who just didn't want him about. But Paul Heyman stuck up for him, and it's all good. Basically, CM Punk asks Heyman to, you know, did you have anything to do with Brock Lesnar attacking you? And Heyman swears on his children that he didn't have anything to do with it. If Brock's got a problem with that, that's Brock's problem. And, you know, they're best mates and yada yada yada. Punk says, I'm sorry to doubt you, and they hug it out, and you're like sat there thinking to yourself, now I wasn't expecting that. You were fully expecting Heyman to go, yes I did, and then Brock Lesnar to come out and attack him, but he didn't, so, you know, all good. And then the way I'm looking at this one, yeah, is that the match is going to happen at SummerSlam. They're not going to put this match on a Money in the Bank, surely, please do it, Ray, put it on at SummerSlam, so they've got to stretch it out a little bit. So of course they can't have Paul Heyman revealing that yes, Brock Lesnar's attack was down to me this week. Well, I don't have that in a month's time. You know, that's what I'm thinking anyway. Punk then defeating Darren Young in an alright match, actually. This match was better than I was expecting, but the problem with this match is that the crowd just didn't give a flying fuck about it. At one point, Darren Young hitting a really nice running belly-to-belly suplex. The crowd didn't react in the slightest. Not in the slightest. And then the primetime, he wins with the Anaconda device, yeah, and then the primetime players attack him afterwards. don't give a fuck, and it looks really awkward as well. Curtis Axel makes the save of all people, and Punk's not happy about that. Crowd don't give a fuck about that in the slightest either. Out comes Stephanie to announce the participants in the Money in the Bank match, and they are, in this order, CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, Sheamus, Randy Orton, Christian Kane, and some guy called Rob Van Dam. That's one hell of a match, but also this is one of those things that it goes, you look at that and go, fuck me, that will be a good match. But at the same time, I don't know about you guys, but I look at that and go, yeah, herein lies the problems with WWE at the moment, because there's no forward thinking of that. Surely, I always believe that the Money in the Bank should be won by people who've never won it before, who've never won the championship before. That way they can do the long championship chase and you can start believing in someone, yada, 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 yada. But every single one of those men, everyone has been champion before. You know, it's just like, oh, you know, if me, take two men out and replace them with people who haven't won the championship before. Give them an underdog to root for, you know, maybe, no. In the back, Ryback demands another title shot, even though he doesn't fucking deserve one, you fucking goon. How many title shots have you had now? 8, is it, that you've had that I can remember? And he's lost all of them. So you deserve another title shot, what, so you can lose it again? No. No, just lost in the shuffle. Jericho interrupts, so it's those two at Money in the Bank. Yeah, what to do. And then also in the bank, Punk isn't happy with Heyman and Axel. It's going to be it's going to be Punk and Axel, not Heyman and Axel. Who'd want to see that? Punk and Axel versus Primetime Players next week in what will be a squash match, surely. Mark Henry comes out. He plays all like puppets. Apparently he's been nominated for an Academy Award. I don't believe that for a second. But it's not. That's irrelevant. Cause, at Money in the Bank, he's beaten Cena. Lovely. All good stuff. Still want to see him beat the shit out of Cena. And then in our main event, Daniel Bryan defeating Randy Orton in a good street fight featuring both men going through tables, for example, and kendo stick shots, and a hot crowd, and a kendo stick assisted no lock for the win. And Randy Orton looks like he might do something nasty to Daniel Bryan, but then he shakes his hand, he endorses him. He's not the weakest link. And happy days. It's all good. 2 good matches, nothing bad per se. But this for me was one of those Raws that it's like, it was when you're watching it, you're going, this show needs to be 2 hours long. This show is too long. 3 hours is. Remember how I've said recently, there's been a couple of times when Raw's been good, and you've watched it going, and you've got into the second, 2.5 hours in, you can't believe that 2.5 hours have gone past. Like, this show's awesome, it's going past really quickly. Shows like this one feel like they're dragging a bit. There was nothing particularly bad, there's nothing offensive on it, there was no, there was nothing like that. It's just, it was like, God, get on with it sort of thing. Does that make sense? Nothing bad, just a bit long. Yeah, if this had been a 2-hour show, you could have trimmed out quite a few things out of this one. 2-hour show, happy days, happy days. Anyway, what did you think of Raw? That's what I think. Anyway, I have been Mark P. I would love it if you hit that subscribe or that like button down there. Hit me a comment down below. The other thing I wanted to say just before I go is I did that discussion vid the other day, did I not, about the Cruiserweight Championship. Loads of views. Tons and tons of comments. You guys really seem to like that. So that's a feature that, there will be weeks like this week where I haven't got a vid planned on for Thursday. Like, I I like to put on my 10-year ago vids, or I like to put my 97th Heaven vids on a Thursday, because it gives, the vid time to get views, yeah? I haven't got anything planned for this week, so I'll have to think over the next 24 hours and think of another discussion vid. This might become a regular thing, just like, what we good things to talk about. I was thinking about Mohammed Hassan, actually. Because that's always going to get a good debate going, isn't it? So I might do one about that. But yeah, we'll have to think over the next couple of days. My next vid then will be a discussion vid on Thursday. I've been Mark P. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon. Take it easy, guys.